Winter has arrived with a vengeance, blanketing vast stretches of the country in a relentless wave of snow, ice, and bone-chilling winds. From the heartland to the coasts, communities are waking up to a transformed landscape, one that's both beautiful and dangerous. Overhead, satellite images reveal a swirling mass of storm systems, stretching from the Pacific Northwest all the way to the Atlantic. These powerful weather events are not isolated. They're part of a larger interconnected pattern that's gripping the US and Canada in its icy hold. Millions are facing major disruptions. Travel, daily routines, and safety are all at risk. Airports are packed with stranded travelers, highways are clogged with vehicles struggling through whiteout conditions, and neighborhoods are echoing with the sound of shovels and snowblowers. At the heart of this chaos, two massive storm systems are colliding. Cold, dense Arctic air is plunging southward, meeting warm, moisture-laden air from the Gulf of Mexico. This volatile combination is turning the atmosphere into a winter weather factory, churning out snow, sleet, and freezing rain. We're seeing everything from heavy snow piling up on tree branches, to dangerous ice-coating power lines and turning roads into skating rinks. The hazards are real, and they're multiplying by the hour. Major cities along the East Coast are caught in a dramatic rain-snow battle, with streets turning to rivers of slush and neighborhoods bracing for sudden changes in conditions. For millions, the daily commute has become a test of endurance and caution. This is not your average winter week. Expect the unexpected as storms line up one after another. Each system brings its own set of challenges, from blinding snow squalls to sheets of ice that can paralyze entire towns. The weather map is electric, with one system exiting just as another roars to life. Meteorologists are working around the clock, tracking every shift and warning communities to stay vigilant. It's a chain reaction that will keep us on our toes well into next weekend. Families are stocking up on essentials, checking emergency kits, and making plans to ride out the storms together. Now, let's break down what's happening, what's next, and how you can stay safe. Staying informed is your best defense. Keep an eye on trusted weather sources and be ready to adapt as conditions change. Get your shovels ready. Winter is here to stay. For many, the next few days will mean digging out, clearing paths, and helping neighbors weather the storm. Stay alert, stay prepared, and keep an eye on your local forecast. Make sure your emergency supplies are up to date and check in on friends and family who may need extra help. The next few days will test our patience and our planning. Whether you're braving the roads or hunkering down at home, preparation is key to staying safe and warm. Let's dive into the details and see what this extraordinary winter has in store for us all. The first storm is hammering the Great Lakes, unleashing a powerful and unyielding assault of wind and snow that seems to have no end in sight. From the very first flake, this system has been relentless, intensifying by the hour and showing no signs of letting up. Churning out relentless, lake-effect snow, the storm draws moisture from the vast, unfrozen lakes, fueling blizzard conditions that sweep across the shoreline and far inland. The snow falls in thick, blinding sheets, whipped sideways by howling winds. Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota are buried under feet of snow, with travel nearly impossible and visibility near zero. Highways are shut down, cars abandoned, and entire communities grind to a halt as snowdrifts pile up against homes and businesses. As the storm moves east, Ontario braces for heavy snow, with Toronto and Montreal in the crosshairs. Residents rush to prepare, stocking up on essentials and hunkering down as the sky darkens, and the first flakes begin to fall. Just north of Montreal, snow totals could soar to record-breaking levels, with rural communities facing the threat of being completely cut off by massive drifts and impassable roads. Meanwhile, the upper Midwest will see snow gradually taper off as winds shift, but the brutal cold lingers. Temperatures plunge well below zero, turning the landscape into a frozen, inhospitable world where even a few minutes outside can be dangerous. This storm is more than a snowmaker. It's setting the stage for what's next by dragging Arctic air south. The cold front sweeps across the continent, locking in frigid temperatures and priming the region for the next round of winter weather. The cold, frozen landscape left behind is a warning. The next storm will be even more powerful. The snow and ice are just the beginning, as the atmosphere grows more unstable and the threat of another major system looms. As snow winds down in the Midwest, dangerous precipitation targets the Appalachians. Mountain communities brace for treacherous conditions, with icy roads and heavy snow threatening to isolate towns and disrupt daily life. This first round is a critical piece of a much larger weather puzzle. Meteorologists are tracking multiple systems, each one feeding off the last, creating a chain reaction of winter chaos across North America. The stage is set for a week of wild, back-to-back winter events. Each storm builds on the last, compounding the impacts and making recovery even more difficult for those in the path. Stay tuned, this is just the beginning. The atmosphere is primed, and the next chapter in this relentless barrage of winter weather is about to unfold. Let's look at the next threat, as the relentless march of winter storms continues to reshape the landscape and challenge everyone in their path. While snow grabs headlines, freezing rain is the real danger in the Appalachians. Rain falls through warm air, then freezes instantly on cold surfaces, roads, trees, power lines. Black ice turns highways into hazards, and even a thin glaze can cause pileups. Bridges and overpasses freeze first, making travel treacherous. Ice buildup can snap branches and bring down power lines, causing outages that last for days. In rural areas, losing power in freezing temperatures is a serious risk. Residents need emergency kits, blankets, flashlights, and radios. This storm shows how winter's impacts change with geography. While some shovel snow, others face a glassy, dangerous world of ice. And with another storm on the way, the threat isn't over. As the first storm exits, a new, more powerful system is brewing for Monday. Energy dives south from Canada, igniting rapid intensification, possibly a bomb cyclone. The storm will explode over the Central Plains, pulling in Gulf moisture and laying down a swath of snow and rain. Its track will decide who gets buried in snow and who faces freezing rain. The ice threat is especially high for eastern West Virginia, western Maryland, and the Shenandoah Valley. By Tuesday, the storm becomes a nor'easter, lashing the northeast with wind and heavy precipitation. The exact track will determine who gets historic snow and who gets cold rain. This is the storm everyone will be talking about all week. Prepare now, conditions will change fast. The Tuesday storm's biggest challenge, it's not just the snow or the rain, it's the uncertainty. For millions living along the East Coast, the question isn't if winter will strike, but how hard and in what form. The I-95 corridor is the battleground, where a few degrees make all the difference between a winter wonderland and a slushy mess. Here, the line between snow, sleet, and rain is razor thin, and it can shift in a matter of hours. Cities like DC, Baltimore, Philly, and New York often start the day with a blanket of snow, transforming familiar streets into a scene from a snow globe. For a few magical hours, the city slows down, and everything is hushed under the falling flakes. But as the storm evolves, a push of Atlantic warmth can sweep in, flipping snow to rain in the blink of an eye. Suddenly the peaceful snow turns to slush, and the city's mood shifts just as quickly. The timing of this changeover is everything. Sometimes it happens during the morning rush, other times just as people are heading home. A few hours can mean the difference between a quick, manageable snowstorm and a total washout. For road crews and emergency services, these rapid changes are a logistical nightmare. Plows and salt trucks scramble to keep up as roads go from icy to wet and back again, sometimes within a single commute. Commuters face their own challenges, navigating sidewalks that are snowy 1 minute, slushy the next, and then suddenly slick with rain. It's a test of patience and preparation for everyone on the move. In just a single evening, conditions can shift from snow to slush to rain, making travel unpredictable and sometimes dangerous. The city's rhythm is thrown off and everyone has to adapt on the fly. Just north and west of I-95, it's a different story. Here, cold air holds on stubbornly, refusing to let the snow turn to rain. These areas become the epicenter for heavy, prolonged snowfall. In these neighborhoods, snow piles up relentlessly. Cars, homes, and trees disappear under a thick, white blanket. For some, it's a winter dream. For others, a major headache. Connecticut in particular could see feet of snow, not just inches. Streets may become impassable, and snowbanks could tower over sidewalks, making even simple errands a challenge. A small shift in the storm's track, just a few miles, can mean boom or bust for millions. One neighborhood gets buried, while another sees only rain. That's why residents in these battleground zones must prepare for a major snowstorm, even if the forecast is still uncertain. Stocking up on essentials and shovels is just the start. Meteorologists work around the clock, tracking every wobble in the storm's path. The stakes are high, and the pressure is on to get the forecast right. For millions, the outcome could change at the last minute. People anxiously refresh their weather apps, waiting for the latest update that could alter their plans. The best advice? Stay flexible, stay informed, and be ready for anything. Have an emergency kit, charge your devices, and keep an eye on the sky. This is winter weather at its most unpredictable, a true test of preparation, patience, and resilience for everyone in its path. When a big storm looms, meteorologists turn to computer models, but they don't always agree. For Tuesday's storm, the American GFS model predicts a blockbuster snowstorm for the Northeast, while the European model was initially less impressed. The GFS shows a coastal track with heavy snow for millions. The European model had the storm further offshore, with lighter snow, but recent runs show the European model trending snowier, closing the gap. Forecasters watch these trends closely. When models agree, confidence grows. Ensemble guidance, running models dozens of times, helps gauge the range of possibilities. The European ensemble now shows a 60–70% chance of significant snow across the Northeast. The potential for a big event is real, even if the details are still shifting. This is forecasting in action, a blend of science, art, and constant updates. Stay tuned as the models battle it out. While the East braces for storms, a brutal Arctic blast is sweeping the western and central U.S. Temperatures are plunging. Highs in the Dakotas barely reach zero, and even Dallas will struggle to hit 40. The cold front leaves a frozen landscape with snowpack acting like a refrigerator, and any melting quickly refreezing. Wind chills in the upper Midwest drop to 20–30 below zero, risking frostbite in minutes. Heating systems strain, pipes freeze, and car batteries fail. Vulnerable populations face serious health risks. Check on neighbors and ensure everyone has a warm place to stay. This deep freeze is a key ingredient for the snow and ice in the east. The nation is locked in a wild week of winter extremes. Prepare for hazardous conditions wherever you are. The cold isn't going anywhere soon. Let's see what's next. After the nor'easter, a brief calm may settle, but don't be fooled. The jet stream remains volatile, keeping the storm factory open for business. Both American and European models hint at another major storm by week's end. The details are fuzzy, but the signal is clear. More snow, ice, and rain are likely. Even the Carolinas could see rare snow, showing how dynamic this pattern is. Winter is settling in for the long haul, with Arctic air and southern moisture ready to collide again. Stay weather aware. This is a marathon, not a sprint. More storms are on the horizon as we head toward the holidays. With wild winter weather underway, safety and preparation are key. Stay informed, monitor local forecasts, and have a weather radio with fresh batteries. Prepare your home and car stock emergency kits with food, water, blankets, flashlights, and medications. For your car, pack a shovel, ice scraper, jumper cables, and extra warm clothing. Respect the weather. If officials say stay off the roads, listen. Make sure your car is winter ready and let someone know your travel plans. Check on neighbors, especially the elderly or those needing extra help. A strong community makes a big difference during storms. Take these precautions and we'll get through this wild week together. Stay warm, stay safe, and be ready for whatever winter brings.